Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we've just had some interesting information drop about, or from the Raid Digest, the weekly digest, around some changes that are coming in the game. I'm going to go through some of these and we're going to go into a bit of detail about blessings because for me, this is the big ticket item in their kind of post here. So let's have a go through some of their info. Greetings Raiders. While the new content is brewing and still needs some more time before arrival on the scene, today's digest is going to cover some things you might expect during a couple of weeks or so. So this stuff is coming like imminently. Let's get this rolling. Champions new and old. The Lizardmen just received Pythian as their new reinforcement. The Sylvan Watchers are preparing to bolster their ranks in a similar manner. Sounds like we're getting for our next fusion a Sylvan Warriors champion. That's my guess. Or at least there's going to be some new Sylvan Watcher champions coming in the next patch, but we don't know anything more about that yet. While the inflow of new champions constantly enriches the game, we would also like to celebrate those who accompany you at the starting stage of your journey with truly legendary credit. Wink, wink. Like, I did a video about this last weekend, by the way. I believe, and it feels more and more likely, that there's going to be 4 new legendaries, the starter heroes. I will link at the end of this one my video about the starter heroes. I do believe, we'll see, I guess, but I do believe that they're going to do some big event around it. And I was hoping that we'll be able to like choose our own starter hero in the mix, but we will see. Anniversary events, this time honoring Gaelic, will come. So we're going to have another hero's path like what we had with El Hain a week or so ago. Looks like Gaelic's next in line. That kind of sucks for my free-to-play because I've already got El Hain and I missed all of that stuff. Kale's the other one that I'm using a lot. I do have Gaelic, but he's sitting at level 30. Maybe I'll punch him up a little bit and give him some of this kind of stuff that pops out. We'll see. And that's starting on the 29th. So that's actually coming tomorrow. Right, what else we got here? Anniversary is coming. And while missing some anniversary points from an occasional tournament or event, there shouldn't be a big deal. There's always going to be more coming. So this kind of like 4th anniversary Titan. Looks like you don't have to get all of the points to make this work. Upcoming fixes. There's some bits around Ultimate Death Knight's health bar. There's loads of people moan about that. Just basically it's a visual bug, but it looks like you should kill him and then you don't. It's annoying. This is the big ticket one though. So in fact, let's skip that. Come to this part first. Clan v Clan is going to be personal rewards and it's coming on Tuesday. I guess bear that in mind before you drop a load of stuff over the weekend. And let's get into this one here. So furthermore, we're going to slightly enhance some blessings, making them a more viable choice. On the other hand, a couple of others currently considered overpowered by many will become more balanced while retaining their usefulness. Okay, so let's jump into blessings because this will be a concern, right? There's always this kind of negative feel about change. If something's working for us right now, we don't want it to change. And people will focus in on that harder than they will the kind of positive elements. But let's go on to a hero where I don't have a blessing. Right now, I'm going to move myself a touch. Right now, I feel like there's more blessings which don't really offer a benefit at all than there are blessings which have got like genuine use case. Okay. For rares, honestly, 9 times out of 10, you will take Phantom Touch because it will just add you a bit of damage. And there's not that many other rare blessings that really offer value. Flawless Defense can offer some value for like clan boss damage reduction, that type of thing. Certainly if you're earlier game. And this is quite an interesting one. Hero Soul can offer a bit of value. I think these two both pretty poor. Dark Resolve pretty poor. These two also pretty poor. Miracle Heal sounds like it's going to be really good, but actually it's not. So one of the things I would like to see with the changes that they make, I don't know if they're going to do like proper changes here. They need to. I don't know if they're going to. And by that, I mean actually change some of the mechanics around these abilities. Yeah, we need a proper set of blessings for debuffing champions. We need proper blessings for healers in the game. We need proper blessings for tanks in the game. Currently, they don't really offer that. It's either you're a damage dealer or you're a support champion, and there's really not that many choices that go with those different roles. So you know, in the epic side, honestly, it's probably even worse, where you've got stuff like lethal dose, absolutely pointless. Who tries to win an arena fight through poisoning your enemies to death? Same thing with incinerate. Who tries to win an arena fight through burning your enemies to death? It just doesn't happen. Okay. However, if this HP burn and poison abilities, if they were both brought into PvE content, then they would be absolutely brilliant. So I'm hoping that's some of the changes they're going to make, taking them into content where they're actually going to be useful to use. Cruelty already good. Iron Will, questionable if it's good enough really for what it does. There's very small use cases for Iron Will, but when you do use it, it could be pretty effective. Heaven Cast, another one of these abilities where it's just kind of like, you know, it's just not really good enough. Debuffs placed by this champion, default skill, will ignore a percentage of the target's resistance. I just feel like it's such a low use case, honestly. Comment below if you are using it, though. And if this is going to be what you're going to do, then at least give me stats for a debuffer, like accuracy, for example. Yeah, that's the one stat you actually need, and it's not in the stat kind of list. So, you know, your debuffer doesn't need more attack, more crit damage. They need more accuracy, please. So it just feels like the stats aren't mirroring what they should be doing. If we get onto the legendary ones, then Intimidating Presence, I think is cool. Lightning Cage, I think is cool. I'm interested to know which ones they feel are overpowered, which deserve the nerf. If there was a rare one, I guess it's going to be Phantom Touch, just because it's used by everybody. Maybe they will reduce some of the damage element to Phantom Touch, potentially. Lightning Cage, is this one overpowered? This is definitely used a lot in like Plat Arena for damage dealers. So potentially this might be one which is kind of tweaked down a bit in terms of like percentage chance for buffs to be protected. I think that should probably come down. In terms of the dark ones here, Temporal Chains, not really used a lot, mainly an arena ability. Ward of the Fallen sounded like it was going to be very cool. I don't think it's used that much either. In terms of the war ones here, Soul Reap started off being like the go-to, but actually has dropped off. But this one does have a use case, does have a good kind of damage build into it. Life Harvest, I think it's basically a pointless blessing right now. I hope this one gets almost like a complete rework. Change this one into a tank ability or into a, you know, a new damage ability. But at the moment, it holds literally 0 point in the game. And then if we go into Chaos, Polymorph, I think, has got to be in the nerf list. Some people probably have never experienced Polymorph, but in plat level play in Arena, from what I understand, and I'm not there playing it, by the way, but this is almost picked by all of like the Arena defense champs, bar maybe Lightning Orb. And it's just like sheeps popping out all over the place. So, I don't know, maybe the chance needs to change, or yeah, or maybe the kind of way that it activates needs to change, but this one feels pretty crazy. Brimstone, I'm guessing is going to be on their list for nerfs. I'm guessing it is. It's very strong. I can't think of any others which are as strong as this, which might be on the list. So I guess comment below what would you think about that if it did get nerfed. And there's still a padlock down here for new ones to be added. So I guess let me know down below which ones would you try and improve and how, and what areas do you feel are missing when it comes to blessings, which would perhaps make a difference to how you feel about them. Anyway, I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.